her sexy voice. So Erica,
what am I saying?
Queen, welcome everybody back to SEXtiva Talk in your sexy voice.
Welcome everybody back to SEXtiva Talk.
In my sexy voice.
In my sexy voice.
Fucking love her so much. You're great.
It's a panty dropper.
It definitely is, baby.
I really thought it was cool.
Mine is more wet though from dropping. I don't know. Or dropped because they're wet.
There you go.
Ooh.
They're working the script out, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
It's getting there.
It's getting pretty hot and it's getting pretty steamy.
Oh my god. So we're going to go dive into our interview that we have going on today. Nate, why don't you tell us about yourself, your artist name, and a little bit about what you do in the day.
So,
good catch. Oh. We be having technical difficulties all day.
There we go.
Jeez.
All right. So, I go by Annex the Truth Serum. I came up with that name when I was younger because to annex something means to take in, like a learning annex. It means to, and I wanted to basically take in the whole world. Like, wanted to understand the world and take it over.
I like that.
But I put the truth serum in it because I wanted to inject the truth into a lot of this, because it's a lot of bullshit, like how y'all were talking about earlier. It's bullshit for no reason.
Amen to that.
Because, like, that's why everybody's, like, so, they're annoyed by everything. They don't want to, I was just watching the whole thing with all the movies as of late. Now the movie theaters are just pretty much empty because the movies are all remakes and nobody really wants to go see that. So then they funded a whole bunch of movies that nobody wants to watch. They'll rather catch it on streaming, and they really don't even want to watch that. Because, like, I've seen it. Like, I've, like, literally turned it on and then just turned it right back off because it really doesn't resonate.
I absolutely agree with that. It was the same thing with the Barbie movie, and you and I still haven't seen it.
I watched it.
Oh my god, that movie resonated so hard with me.
I fell asleep
I
because I was
going
to do the Oppenheimer, the Barbenheimer or whatever. We watched Barbie and then Oppenheimer. So I still haven't seen Oppenheimer because I fell asleep after Barbie. But it had some deep moments in it. It was like deeper than you actually think it's going to be.
It really was.
And that's what they were basically saying, that all of the deep movies that we grew up on, like freaking Fight Club and all that, those movies have to now sneak into the Barbie movies, and you have to make those movies into the Fight Clubs and stuff now, because that's what's getting funded.
The problem is they've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
That's sad. Like, there's no real imagination anymore.
I was a kid that wanted to watch superhero movies, and then they started making this shit.
Oh, God. It's
like, they're not even making superheroes that I ever want to watch.
No.
Like,
tell me why. Yeah, like, I remember Superman being awesome. And
I'm an DC fan. I don't even know who the hell the Blue Beetle is.
Me either. Me either.
Wait, what?
But see,
Never heard of him.
I'm 46. I'll be 47.
I read comics, watch cartoons.
I grew up on the original Superman, and what the crap they got out now, I'm just like, oh.
They recasted Henry Cavill.
I know.
For no reason.
For absolutely no reason. Yeah, it's
bad movies and bad.
They have no imagination anymore. That's why they keep remaking everything. Trying to remake things, make them better, usually makes it shittier.
Right. Well, how would you describe the music that you typically create?
So, me personally, I came from like a background of more, I wouldn't say gangster, but I grew up around a lot of gangster rappers. So we used to make music, and they were making a lot of gangster music. And me personally, I had a lot of situations like that when I was younger. But then being in this, I've been making music for a long time, since I was like 14. So like, I'm on my own business at the same time, and then branched into other businesses, and then ran other people's businesses. And like, I started just making music about all of my life experiences.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the best kind of music.
And then like I meet a lot of fun people like Kush, like where his life experiences kind of match up, where we just kind of just been doing what we're supposed to in life, like just calling wise. So you just know when you're just in a place where you're supposed to be at the right time. Like how when we showed up for the video, it was you, Miranda, cool location, and it was like that's kind of like
serendipity.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Like
it was great.
that's kind of I feel like you're supposed to go with that because like it's like the PlayStation storyline where you like if you're in the corner walking in the corner you're gonna be stuck because you won't go through that door. A lot of people won't go through that door because they like the room more
Right.
than
Right?
the room you can't really get stuck in because like that's why it's like for me I do music and shoot videos and make beats and to me it's all the same because it's just creating stuff.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people they get stuck on oh I'm gonna be the video guy or I'm gonna be the it's like it's what's necessary at the time for your life and what you're actually into because a lot of people they pursue stuff that they feel like there's going to be money in it and that's kind of a crapshoot in every job because like every job you go into they're telling you there's going to be money in it but then you kind of learn if there's really going to be money in it. It's kind of weird. Like I thought they took the cap off of Instagram videos. But no, seriously though, when you take like things you pursue in life, if you're gonna start doing videos, you're gonna have to really break down what kind of videos are you gonna make. Are you gonna make wedding videos? Are you gonna make music videos? Are you gonna make movies? Are you gonna do commercials for businesses? And then I've learned over time, like people will grow out of things that they loved because they're doing something that they don't even want to do in that same area. Like they'll learn how to be an audio engineer, then they'll start a studio where they're producing, but they don't actually like making beats for other people. When they could have just been an audio engineer and just ran studio sessions and never sold any beats and just worked on their music on their own. But everybody just feels like they have to do things in life. Like when there's no instructions to anything. Like even I have personal feelings like even the Bible. Like the Bible was written by man, and while we want to believe more so that God wrote it, it still was written by man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like it just is what it is.
It's one of my biggest arguments.
You don't like. It's not just. I don't even get into stuff like that because there's nothing to argue.
No, not like that. But like that's one of my biggest things is they put so much emphasis and faith into this book that was written by man.
Which I feel like personally it has a lot of good things in it for people.
It's a handbook on how you should live your life.
Yes.
It's not something to say that these things that happened in the Bible were set in stone because we don't really know that.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I wasn't there because they say dragons and then they find dinosaur bones. Hey, I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be the one to say those bones are 10 million years and those are 100 million. We can say that there's a process to tell me how to do it, but...
Well, history changes all the time.
That's why I'm like...
And...
Every day I wake up and something says, something's different from yesterday. And it's like...
Like, we would be naive to think that politicians back then, which were the priests, believe it or not, they were also the doctors, didn't alter things to fit their benefit
narrative
or agenda at that political
That's
time.
It's because it's been rewritten and retranslated so many times, we really don't know what was actually in there.
I think
that's where I'm at.
I think the best bet is just to be decent, wish well for others.
The golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated.
Be kind, you know. I think as long as you live by those rules, I think no matter what you believe in, I think you'll be okay.
There's a thing that I posted, and it has all the different gods, and it says, it's basically saying, how can you think that only your God is the one that exists when my feeling is, how do we know that we're not all praying to the same thing? We just see them different. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got in an argument with an ex. He's like, and I told him that exact. How do we know we're not all praying to the same thing? Just we see him different. There's only one God. I'm like, no, you're not listening to me. I get what you're saying, but each religion, and I hate religion because it was created to control the masses, but each religion sees God differently, as a different being or whatever. Maybe that's because that's how he presented himself to that culture. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, you never know.
It's your reflection.
Yeah.
And that's how you see
Exactly.
your reflection.
Exactly. Oh, it's so refreshing.
So, what is your creative process like when you're out there doing your thing? What does that look like?
I'm pretty much every day. Just wake up, just like I remember one time I was running a studio over there on Parker and Havana, and my partner, he makes beats and he's an engineer, but he had seen, because that was like my largest client base I had ever built up. I had about 100 solid, like they were locked in, but they would always bring like 10 people with them every time.
Yeah.
So it turned into 1,000 because like they all got like the little hearing 1 or 2 sessions from all those little scattered people. So I was running so many sessions, but at the same time I'm a videographer. So now those people are now folding over into wanting a video. So then like people that came through 3 days ago now pulling up like, yo, let's shoot the video, and then I'm jumping in and crazy. And it's just, I live this adventure to a lot of people that are my friends and family. Like, they'll see, like, crazy stuff, like, oh, he just goes off and does this. But it's like...
I feel that, though. I'm the same way. That's what my creative process looks like. I have to take into
account, like, so I'm diabetic, so I have to, like, make sure what I'm eating and, like, exercising and staying healthy. But at the same time, having to make sure I'm keeping account of equipment and all that stuff, but then also personal safety and danger when I'm shooting gang members. So it's like, you got to think there's just different facets of life, and some people have to compartmentalize. That's what I've been having to do, like compartmentalize, like personally, like business, like radio station stuff is radio station stuff. My rap stuff is my rap stuff. My production stuff is my production stuff. Video production stuff is video production stuff. And then audio engineering stuff is different.
Okay.
So it's all different. And they all have to be different businesses. That's why, like, really realizing that you can't send this out from this. You can't.
Right.
It has to be different emails, different website, different for all of it.
Who would you like to collaborate with the most?
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I like Dr. Dre.
I have a question.
Because I've been rapping my whole life, and I'm like, I feel like I'm one of those people who are supposed to be on Dre beat. I was born in the same neighborhood.
So you were born where?
I'm from Compton, Kelly Park, Compton.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in the same, my brother's in the same hood as Easy.
Gotcha.
Oh, baby Easy is still up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what do you use, like, what's, besides your life experiences, what do you use to inspire when you write?
I just really just go off of literally life experience. Like the song I sent in is from a lady that I used to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
She's a close friend, and I just made a song about her because we didn't end up being friends, but we're still friends. Because now she's married, we don't really, you know what I'm saying?
So were you like friends with benefits before, and you're just friends?
No, we were just friends, and then,
just not as close now.
Yeah, because
that's sad.
Because we liked each other, but we didn't mess with each other.
Oh, and she ended up getting married.
No, it was just like she slept with somebody, and I slept with somebody. We slept with people close to each other,
mm-hmm.
and then we never really So our friendship just kind of ended.
Oh, well,
She
that's a
more so
bummer.
couldn't handle that. So you know what I'm saying? But she's still my friend.
Right.
But I don't think she.
Like, you don't have any hard feelings towards each other.
I
You
never
guys
had
just don't
any
talk.
hard feelings. She just never really wanted to hang out no more.
Oh,
Just,
that's a bummer.
That kind of happens, you know.
But that's cool
And
that
then
that's
get
what
cool
those are what
later,
you
but then
use.
now she's married, so then we can't hang out.
Because I find a lot of the music nowadays like has no real depth to it. You know what I mean? Like it's not really about anything.
But that's why
mainstream.
That's why I made the song, because like when we say not about nothing, really what I made is a song not really about nothing, but it's still about
But it
something.
is. It is about something. You know what it's about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's all that matters. But what I'm saying, like, the newer music nowadays, the newer mainstream music,
No, it's the difference between they have a job. This is my career.
Right. Exactly.
I've been crafting a career since
exactly.
I was a child. Like, they just got a job. They got lucky.
And most of them don't write their own stuff anyways.
I mean, they do writer circles. That's the whole thing. Like, they were kids that got an opportunity, usually from their uncles or whatever. And this is just like, you gonna take the job or not?
Right.
Like, you know, if I because like E40, he basically said he's one of the products of that. You can't really get mad at nepotism, because his uncle was the biggest distributor of music, and he knew to tell all his nephews what to do. They did what he said, and he's the biggest rapper on the West Coast for the past 30 years. Just listening.
So, I have to ask every artist this question. Do you sing in the shower?
Actually, no.
No?
I do sometimes, but I guess literally if I'm like playing music, but usually if I'm just in the shower, no.
Oh! See, you never know. You never know.
I actually I got into singing after recording so many singers. Like, I used to kind of harmonize hooks every now and again, but I was just rapping my whole life. And then, like, once I had that last studio, I mean, I recorded singers like Dre AAA. My business partner, MG, his sister Erica is one of the greatest singers I've ever got to work with in my life. I got to record Allison Wright. I got to record, like, there's just so many great vocalists that I got to learn from. And just like with editing music videos, I've learned so many people's songs from chopping up music videos. So it's like my homie Midnight, I never even recorded him. I just chopped up his music videos. I used to just shoot his music videos, and that dude is one of the greatest singers I've ever, from Houston, Texas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, dope.
Dude, I've been to Texas only once, and it was Dallas. It was really cool. But that was the only time I'd ever gone. I would like to go again, though. Our best friend Kimberly is up there. One day. What is, okay, so you have all these talents, but what is the most useless talent that you have?
Useless. I would say it's actually useless, but people would really use it all the time, and it's one of my greatest hustles that I started with. And that's the fact that I can get any movie or any CD on the planet. I used to be the CD dude and DVD dude in like school, and like I can hack all Fire Sticks. I can it's just a thing. I don't know, since I was a kid, like my brother was in the Navy, and he bought that black box.
I've been wanting one of them Fire Sticks that have everything downloaded.
So I've literally my whole life had every channel and stuff, just like my whole life. Always had the plug with the DVD guy, because I worked at the barbershop. I was the kid who swept the hair. So like I had a plug with the
dude that came in and sold the CDs. Yeah, yep, I remember them.
So once I crossed over into high school, like it was easy to become that guy. And then I had a plug. Coincidentally, his name was Felipe, and it felt like I was selling drugs, but I was like making $100 a day selling CDs. So,
oh damn!
So it was like for me, I feel like it's a useless thing, but I can get every TV show and every song on the planet for free.
So my next question is when are you gonna hook me up?
I try not to do it because I feel like it does offset the balance of me being an artist and being paid for being an artist. That's why I try not to let everybody know I can do it, but I feel
Not only
like
that, you can stream damn near anything now.
But that's why I'm like, I've been doing that since the beginning of.
I don't know how to stream damn near anything.
She's like, she wants to know.
I need to know this.
Allegedly.
Brianna can show you how to stream things.
What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know because I've worked so many regular jobs, and like I feel like they're not stable anymore. Like a job isn't something stable. It's something that a rich person needs you for at the time of. And once they don't need you anymore, that's it.
Right.
So I don't really see jobs the way like my parents had jobs and they went to it every day. There's barely any jobs like that. You have to like go to like a trade school or something.
No, that's what my company's like that.
But most jobs are that.
I got lucky.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because even in a job like yours, most of the time, a lot of the people still aren't gonna stay on that long because of other reasons. There's usually a lot of different reasons, and yours is a lot of travel. That's not really good for a lot of people. A lot of people can't travel all the time like that. So
the furthest I travel is like 2-3 hours away. That's it.
Some people just traveling that much, usually they're going to drop off in 2 or 3 years. So it's not a long-term job.
No, not always. You're right. There's a lot of people that can't do that. They can't function like that.
Most jobs at this point are now set up that way, that they only have like that kind of shelf life where sooner or later you're going to stop doing this because you can't keep this lifestyle up that long. Like I did the security guard deal where you do the overnight and you're doing overnight and driving, and my ex was the boss. She literally, we used to talk every night. That's how we started dating. Because literally I would have to call her and report all the crazy shit that I'm finding, and then we end up talking all night. And one night we're talking and she just tells me, you drive enough around the city that you would drive to Texas and back every week. And I only drove 4 days a week. So then I'm really sitting here like, man, I want to tour the world as a rapper. And I'm sitting here just doing this much driving, just back and forth.
How do you feel the internet, though, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
I think it made it so that everybody can hear it at the same time, but it made everybody forget that you have to give people reasons to want to listen to it. Because, like, the thing about the Andre 3000 flute album that just came out, like, a lot of people are, like, divided on it, whether they like it or don't like it, or whether they like the idea of them being just no music, no rapping on it and all that. For me, I'm like, he gives people a reason to care about a project, no matter what the project. Like, even if you feel negative about it, you feel negative about something instead of you just don't even care. He actually sparks actual feeling towards, like, his action. And a lot of times, people aren't doing things that make people have feeling during their action.
What is the best advice you've been given throughout the years?
It was Interstate Ike. He had told me after because my homie Kev Cash, he did this, it's a Unity album, it's a mixtape that he was basically compiling with Trev Ridge, Priest, there's a dude named Bugs, Eastside Julie, all of our main factors down in Denver. And we went and did an interview with each one of them to do the promotion. And we were about to leave, and Kev was talking to Interstate Ike, and he asked him, he was basically asking him, what should we do in case like people aren't gravitating to what we're doing right now. And Interstate Ike just looked at him and he told him, he said, the only thing you can do is just keep running plays until you score. And I was like, that's why they call him Mike Shanahan. I got it. Like, that's not a stupid thing.
No,
like,
it's not. It's good advice.
Because when, as rappers, like, for me personally, I never really understood how to do a rollout and all of that. Like, I'm really good at making music and performing and all of that stuff, but I've never had, like, a PR team or anything like that. So, like, I just put the music out. And there's people who have songs that they love from me, but it's not like it's in the consciousness of, like, even the whole city, even when I had the heights of the most listens and all that stuff. It's not like it's just these people who listen to online music type stuff, like, not really, or these people who heard this on the radio, but they're the only people listening to this radio station. Like, it's not the consciousness of the town type thing. A lot of artists, they it's not that they like forsake it or anything, but they're not aware sometimes that they have a reach like that, and they don't know what to do with a reach like that to have like a full city. Because like Denver is what, 5 million people?
There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people in Denver.
I don't even know anymore.
If you're the biggest
I know I don't
rapper,
fit there no more. I had to come here.
With like Denver's different than every other town because the biggest rapper out here doesn't have as much pull. But like in most other towns, the biggest, like even out here, when I seen Troy Good blow up, he had pull. He had pull like other
He's
towns.
still blowing up.
That's what I'm saying. He had pull like other towns. Like in Denver.
Ian Taylor is too. He had to move though because he got too big for here. He's in Georgia.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but there's like, when you got a pull like that, you can actually get stuff done because people are cooperative, cooperative spirit and all that stuff. A lot of people don't know what to do with that when they have that.
Yeah.
Because like they'll have it, but then they don't know how to organize that and
he came up quick too.
And put that into action. Because like when you can put that into action, like first time I ever seen Al B's, he pulled together at the height of him doing everything. He threw a show. Our homie Remy that we went to high school with had just came back from working with Columbia Pictures. He was going to shoot his music video. I had a full film team. We had the Island Park Saloon. He had about 2,000, 3,000 people in the Island Park Saloon. It only really fit like 200 people. So like now there's like a whole spill out in the whole parking lot. The parking lot is full with people standing. And I'm like, I've never even seen anything like this before. They get into a fight while he's going to go get the show disc to finish the last scene. And a kid gets stabbed across the street from the party, but it was so many people. Every damn the end of the party was like the street right before you cross the street. Like there was that many people there.
That's crazy.
Wow. Well, if you could leave one message to your fans, what would it be?
One message. Like I'm like a Nate Dogg. It's like smoke weed every day type, but I want to steal that.
Yeah, right. You want to have your own.
So I would say if you're building something, understand that you're building that thing and never grow resentment towards the others who you feel like are building the same things with you. But some people are building what they're building, even if it's next to you, it's not the same building. So you have to realize that you're lucky to be learning and growing with this person, but never put too much into what it is that you're building together. Make sure that you're always building what you need to build, because at times you can help them with what they're building because you've been paying attention to how to build. And that's really just like I'm learning to value the people around me, but understand that some people you can't take with you forever because they may not operate like you need them to operate in certain rooms. Like we're with Young Jeezy right now. I can't have you borrowing $50 from Young Jeezy. You know,
Right.
Like it's, but this is just like real things. Like you love this person, but you just gotta operate from where you're at with each other. Because certain people, they just, it's not that they don't care, it's just that that's who they are. And you just gotta love who they are,
Right.
accept who they are.
Well, what's up? What's next for you?
Right now, I'm about to release a lot of music because I've done a lot, from like the film stuff to the engineering stuff to, and really all that stuff is fun but I'm a man of many talents. I have a lot of trades or whatever.
Yeah.
I ran a news station one time.
Nice.
But that stuff is just because those are my skills that I gained from what I'm a master of, and I'm a master of ceremonies. I'm a rapper. I'm an actual rapper, because I've been noticing that the world is kind of flipped. That a lot of people have been doing the rapper job because it pays. And that was basically what I was kind of getting into. Like, people take this job because it pays them, but they have no intention, so they're not growing it in their mind. What can I do with this and be a rapper? They're never doing that. If you pay attention to every rapper, they're always trying to build another business. I built 1 million businesses so I could rap all day.
Yeah.
It's a difference. They're not really rappers if they don't want to rap. That's why when Andre 3000 is sitting here saying, he's saying he doesn't want to rap, because I sat there and watched Big Boy make 1 million albums and he's rapping about a lot of stuff. So if you're saying you don't want to rap, you just don't want to rap. You don't want to. You have nothing you want to add to the conversation of life. But there's plenty of rappers who've been adding to the conversation. The older that they get, from Jay-Z to Nas, everything Nas just did was just like, that's like, we're lucky that we could get that output of an artist in like 2-3 years. Like from COVID to now.
Right.
He made like 5 classic albums just sitting down as a millionaire after making Lyft and stuff. like you gotta think, he went off, made Lyft and all this, made the money, then he could sit down at home and just listen to beats and make the greatest albums ever.
Well, thank you, Annex the Truth Serum, for joining us here on SEXtiva Talk today. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. But first, a word from our sponsors. We'll be back, everybody.
Are you getting bored with other social media platforms? Want to post without the family or kids seeing? Or maybe just want freedom of speech without ban?